First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
44, Mike, 44. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Go, get out there. Hey, kill. 47. 26.
Prescott on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
Makes the score Cowboys 7, Lions nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Stafford. Dancing to his left. His throw incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set, 250. Mike 54. Here we go. Slam.
3rd and 2, Stafford. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Zerline now for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Lions, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first down, Stafford here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's going to air it out deep for Amendola. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. And taken at the 46. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. A first down throw for Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because you control the line of scrimmage.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Now Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 47 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Now, 1st quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be taken down here as the 1st quarter of play will come to an end. 2nd quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Johnson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Take it at the 37. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Lions' 46-yard line.
Here we go. Pull right in.
In your face.
26.
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. This is Elliott. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. For this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you meant, bring together, get some consistent.
Nick starts them. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You better be afraid of me.
They go to Johnson again. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Stafford now to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 50, stay 50.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage.
think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
They go to Elliott again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Prescott from the gun. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. And very little issue in that one for the Redskins, opening their lead a bit further. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Right there, 54 Mike. Let's pick it up.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking deep now for Amendola. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. In on the tackle, Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Lions' 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They run the counter. Pollard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Here we go. Hey, Mike 40, Mike 40. Hey, here we go. Watch the 26.
Oh, Prescott stripped.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they? They run the counter. Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Stafford, he almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall this season to go instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year, franchise rookie record for Dallas en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 23 yards the pickup there. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. But now it'll be 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Stafford gives to Johnson on the draw. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on second and long. Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Cooper was the target there. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing a Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Here comes the Lions punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm a boy, I run for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the jet.